That's right. Are y'all ready for this? This is Rob G, and I'm here with the lovely and talented J Dub. How you doing tonight, J Dub?
Doing too good.
Too good? Is that like too cool?
Yeah, it's like too cool.
Are you too sexy for your pants?
I am, because I'm not wearing any right now.
I'm not either. You want to come over and spoon?
No.
You know what happens when you spoon, don't you?
Get forked.
Yeah. You end up forking, but anyway. Anyway it goes. Be that the main partner was.
Thank God.
That's some sort of possibly sexual harassment on your part. This is a lovely and beautiful Saturday. It was actually pretty nice out today, I think.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. And anyhow, let's go ahead and jump right in here. That old crazy Alec Baldwin. You want to do this first story?
Yeah. TV tough guy Alec Baldwin won't accept the challenge of a charity boxing match from a Post reporter he's shoved on the street because he is just too darn busy for the fighting noble cause. 6 foot tall Baldwin shoved 5'7" Post scribe Kevin Bassick into a parked car, grabbed his cell phone and called him a fat middle-aged man outside his East Village home on Friday. Instead of fighting back, Bassick, a former professional boxer, trained by the hell's going on in there? Got some gunshots going on. Invited the 30 rock star to join him in the ring, with the loser donating $5,000 to a group of gay activists. Baldwin outraged earlier this week. Instead of accepting, Alec he popped and weaved out of there. So.
I never have been an Alec Baldwin fan ever since Beetlejuice. You ever watch Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Hey, hair all the way down there, got in shoulder. Just trim a little.
Just trim it a little.
You might be able to hear a baby crying in the background. That's actually my kid in the other room, and I don't know what's going on. There's a bunch of Mexicans in there taking care of her, so I don't know.
Sounds like it's time to invest in NyQuil.
Yeah, well, no, she's been real irritable lately and stuff, so. Anyhow.
I'll take NyQuil.
Yeah. This here happened in Redondo Beach. And, we're, here at the Rob G and J Dub radio show, we believe in being a star. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's like, the whole WWE be a star. Basically, we don't want to be bullies. And parents of students at Redondo Beach Elementary School are asking district officials to remove a teacher accused of bullying in her classroom. Well, KNX 1070, Megan Goldsby reports that more than a dozen Madison Elementary School parents have pulled their kids from Amanda Steinacker's her first grade class. Why? Parents have asked them to remove her because this woman allegedly screamed at her students, intimidated them, and made them to cry on at least one occasion. Well, it's a woman. Well, one alleged incident on October 22nd reportedly involved Steinacker screaming, "Whose lunchbox is this?" and throwing it in the trash after it was unclaimed. Well,
all I gotta say is that she must be awful tough
to intimidate a first grader.
Yeah, asshole.
Well, you know what though? The thing is, show the picture of her. She's a big old cow. But the thing is,
she kind of reminds me of Shrek. Like,
well, they're first graders. They're first graders.
Why don't you try that with me?
Now, I don't know the situation. I think they should have video cameras in their classrooms so they can catch them if they're doing stuff like that. But a lot of today's kids, all kidding aside, are just a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Sissified, I guess you'd say.
Spoiled.
Well, the teacher yelled at me. Well, my teacher used to beat the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Right.
I mean, not really. Not really.
With a wooden paddle.
Well, they didn't really beat the hell out of me, but if you did something wrong, but nowadays, and if one person says something, then everybody joins the bandwagon.
That's right.
So, I'm not saying it's not true. I just don't know whether she should lose her job over it. Maybe she should, maybe they should review it and possibly, tell her to knock it off or something and see what happens. But now, I told that story
Yeah.
to lead up to this next story, I want to go ahead and tell this one since it's like part 2 of the other one. But this one here is different, but not really. You get to talk about it too. Quit whining.
All right, go ahead.
Well, this happened in Beaumont, Texas. A middle school teacher, not first grader, middle school, was fired after allegedly knocking a young student out cold with a punch to the face in the hallway of the school. Reginald Wells, a 7th grader at Willie Ray Smith Middle School. I guarantee that school's in the ghetto.
I'm sure it is.
Well, says he was chatting in the hallway, of course, with an assistant teacher from math class. Well, Wells cracked a joke about the teacher's favorite football team, and what happened next is hard for the student to believe. All of a sudden, he just hit me in the shoulder. I thought it was the face. Anyway, Wells said in an interview with 12 News.
He said he knocked him out.
He punched him in
the shoulder and knocked him out?
Well, he said, I looked at him like, what the heck? And the 12-year-old explained that he pushed the teacher's shoulder, and then the teacher blindsided him with a punch to the face that knocked him out cold. First of all, he said, all right, I'm pretty sure if he made fun of his football team, it's probably the Dallas Cowboys. Because did you hear about that tornado warning in Dallas?
No.
Yeah, really. There was a tornado warning in Dallas, and they moved everybody into the Dallas Cowboys Stadium because they knew there wouldn't be no touchdowns there. But regardless, I'm thinking there might be a little more to the story. I mean, it might not be.
Could be.
But regardless, obviously, you just don't talk shit to your teacher, you get hell knocked out of you.
Well, that's how we roll.
Well, here in Mount Vernon, there's a PE teacher. He told the teacher, told one of the students to go to the principal, and he wouldn't do it, and the kid was getting all mouthy, and then the teacher drug his ass up the steps. I mean, forcibly took him to the office.
Well, that's what he gets.
Well, J-Dub, it's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes into the show, and I want to go ahead and name off our Rob G and J-Dub radio show sponsor of the week, and that is A Sexier Me. Me. Well, A Sexier Me is brought to you by Just a Little Naughty. Just a Little Naughty caters to the improvement of a person's sense of romance and pleasures by enriching their lives with nearly 25,000 erotic and exotic products and accessories. You can check them out at asexierme.com. Do you hear what I said? A Sexier Me?
.com.
A Sexier Me. Me. Me,
baby. Me.
So, check them out, if you will. That is the Rob G and J-Dub radio show sponsor of the week. The next story is yours, sir. Pick and choose.
The next story is out of Chicago. Cook County authorities aren't sure if it's a coyote to blame for the recent animal-related attack on a boy on the city's south side Austin neighborhood. The incident happened about 2 weeks ago near Columbus Park on the city's far west side. A spokesman for Cook County Animal and Rabies Control Department says the department received the report that the male juvenile was bitten by a German Shepherd. The coyotes had been seen all in the area, and the department spokesman, Frank Schufften, says county authorities rounded up 4 coyotes that established a habitat in the area. So apparently the coyotes are starting to, get there in the big city there.
So what exactly did they do? Did they do a lineup or something, or how they know it was a?
I don't know. They just rounded them up, I guess.
Well, you can't.
And here, let's get a mugshot in here.
Yeah, you can't trust coyotes. I heard people that get them and try to keep them as pets, and then end up attacking them and biting their face off.
Well, that Wile E. coyote, he's kind of a bad guy too.
But if he'd have took all of his money he spent on sending to the Acme company, he could have bought a nice turkey dinner.
Or maybe he could have bought him a 9mm and he could have shot that roadrunner.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he could have just, You think he should?
Something else to eat? No.
What do you think he should have done?
He could have just bought him a cheeseburger and said, hell with fast food.
Well.
Get it? No.
Well. Hey, it looks like we got somebody calling in here to the Doohickey here on Google Plus. You can join us on Google Plus in our chat. the email address you need to search is robsworldradio@gmail.com, and you'll see we're in a chat, and you can join us, and I'll be glad to join you. We got somebody in here now. Hey, this is the Rob G and J Dub Radio Show. How's it going?
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right. That's what I just said to you. I said, how you doing? How you doing?
Okay.
Doing okay. Well, that's good. Can we help you with anything tonight, or what's going on with you over there?
What are you doing?
We're doing a radio show. What are you doing?
Do you have any money?
Huh?
Do you have any money?
No, I don't have none. I don't have no money.
Don't you have something to say?
No, I don't have. J-Dub, you got anything to say to this guy?
No, I got nothing.
What the fuck?
Oh,
What's that?
well, I don't know what's going on with you there, buddy. I mean, you're out here on the Rob G and J-Dub Radio Show. You got anything to say other than just shouting obscenities?
Fuck you!
Well, buddy, I apologize, but I think you're going to have to get off this, get off our line.
You fucking shit! You fucking dick! Fucking cockeyes!
Is that all you got to say?
You cocksucker! You fucker! You fucking bitch!
Well, J-Dub, I take it this is one of our fans. Do you have a lot to say to me? Do you have anything to say to J-Dub?
I love you.
Okay, buddy, you got to go.
I got something to say to him, though.
First things first! Where's your shit then?
Well, I don't know what this guy's problem is, but he's definitely got to go. What was that? Is that you?
No, was that you?
We got somebody else calling in here. Looks like. Thanks for calling the Rob G and J-Dub Radio Show. How may I help you?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm looking at the menu. Please, don't offer me anything. I'll tell you what I want. You know how you got the 6-piece nuggets?
Yeah, we got 6-piece nuggets.
Can you give me just 4 nuggets?
No, sir, they come in 6-piece nuggets.
Shut up and listen to my order.
Okay.
Take the 6 nuggets and throw 2 of them away. I'm just wanting a 4-nugget thing. I'm trying to watch my calorie intake.
Well, sir, we only do 6-piece nuggets.
Put 2 of them up your ass and give me 4 chicken McNuggets. Can I have a junior Western bacon cheese? And I'm going to go with a filet of fish sandwich. Now, if you could take a Coca-Cola and just go half Coca-Cola, half Diet Coke. Also a small seasoned Curly's. Alright, Cherry's Jubilee and that's it. How much is that, sir? Click.
Well, that's enough of him.
Rough time.
We're not going to take any more calls for the rest of this show here because he's trying to waste some. I'm not really sure what the hell that's even all about. But he sounded familiar.
Almost.
Well, he did almost sound familiar. This next show I'm going to do, J-Dub, this here is something that I just don't understand. This woman, Lisa Davis Cox, faces a misdemeanor charge of reckless abandonment of a child after she and her husband allegedly left their adopted son at child services. An Ohio couple has been charged with abandoning their child after they left their adopted child at the child services. Well, Cleveland and Lisa Cox, I've never actually saw anybody named Cleveland except for Cleveland off of The Simpsons.
Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, well, Cleveland and Lisa Cox adopted the boy when he was 3 months old and raised him for the past 9 years. Well, the couple, who also have other children, now face misdemeanor charges of recklessly abandoning the boy, whose name has not been released, after leaving him at Butler County Children's Services last month. County Prosecutor Michael Gosmer said Thursday that he doesn't usually seek indictments in misdemeanor cases, but views this as an exceptional case. I have to agree. Why the hell you adopt this child at 3 months old? 9 years later, you want to give him back. I don't...
Well, it seemed to me like you'd have some sort of attachment to him after that long.
Well, you would think. 9 years?
Maybe not, though.
Well, apparently not, but I don't understand what the whole hubbub about that whole thing is.
Who knows?
Bunch of idiots. What? Are you having a party over there or something?
Oh, you are.
Tell this next story, Jada, about the do it.
All right. Well, we're down here. We posted this on our page earlier. In a world where they condone same-sex marriage, this story needs to be brought to everybody's attention. Right out of Florida, Florida woman who married a Ferris wheel. She dubbed, get this, Bruce, renewed her vows on a Logo TV documentary. What? Lisa Duchamani of Gibsonton appeared in the documentary, which follows people with romantic attachments to mechanical and technological objects. She renews her vows to the Sky Diva Ferris wheel, which she dubbed Bruce, and married in a ceremony on CNEW News reported on Thursday. What's your thoughts on her and Bruce there?
What are my thoughts?
What are your thoughts on her and Bruce there? Go ahead.
What the fuck?
I don't understand. Now, when I say this, I am not a supporter of gay rights.
Right.
But I am not against gay rights. I think I'm for human rights. I think no matter what your sexual preference is, if you want to marry someone who you love and you consider them to be the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, I don't care if it's the same sex, I don't care if it's a different sex, but I have to draw the line at marrying a frickin' Ferris wheel.
Right.
I don't understand why this crazy woman married a Ferris wheel. She got to illegally marry a Ferris wheel 2 times.
Named Bruce.
It don't matter what. I don't care if it was Leroy. I just don't understand.
That's too funny.
I just think it's absolutely ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
Oh, man!
I don't think it's. I really have no words for that.
You're lost for words.
She married a Ferris wheel. What are you supposed to say?
You're supposed to say this.
Well, I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it's absolutely stupid. I think it's just an injustice to be able to marry a frickin' Ferris wheel. Well, this next story, J-Dub, cult comedy star Andy Kaufman. You remember Andy Kaufman?
Vaguely. Yes, I do.
Well, he had a big deal in wrestling when him and Jerry... He used to wrestle women, and Jerry Lawler came in there and kicked his ass. Well, anyway, cult comedy star Andy Kaufman faked his own death in 1984 and is still alive. At least that's what his brother claims. Kaufman, best known for playing the incompetent Latka Gravis on the 1970s sitcom Taxi, officially died from lung cancer in 1984. But appearing at an award show named in Andy's honor, Michael Kaufman said he received a letter from his brother confirming he was still alive in 1999. He then introduced a woman who claimed to be Andy's 24-year-old daughter. Her age would mean that she was born 5 years after his death. I think...
It happens all the time.
Well,
it happens all the time.
I don't know that he did that or not. I think this woman probably is... his brother's trying to get fame, trying to get his name out there or something. I mean, let the guy rest in peace.
Right. She could be lying, he could be lying. But I'm saying it ain't out of the realm of possibility that he could have faked his death. But look at it. Everybody said that Elvis was dead.
He is dead.
He
has to be dead. He has to be dead because they misspelled his name on his tombstone.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Well, that's the reason. That's the reasoning why they say that he died. I believe Elvis probably is dead.
Oh, probably now he is. But I mean, like whenever they were first talking about it, I'm sure it wasn't. Because he's probably dead now because he's old.
Well, they claimed that when he died, he was fat, bloated, and puked all over herself and died
That's
sitting on the toilet.
Best place to be.
I'm about halfway there now, so.
I'm sitting on the toilet, so I'm halfway there.
Well, I'm halfway there at any minute. But anyhow, we have a new website, J-Dub. You probably know that because you're on it right now. But it's the Rob G and J-Dub radio, or it's the, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. It's the Rob G and JDub.webs.com. RobGandJDub.webs.com. And you
check it out.
Yeah, check it out. You can check us out on Facebook, Facebook.com/Rob G and JDub. Follow us on Twitter. JDub for real. 2. Is it 2? JDub for real. And mine is Mr. Gordon 1974. Well, we are 20 minutes into the show, JDub. I also want to remind everybody once again, A Sexier Me is brought to you by A Little Naughty. That's our Rob G and J-Dub radio show sponsor of the week. A Sexier Me. It's brought to you by A Little Naughty. A Sexier Me. A Sexier Me.
Knee, baby. Knee, baby. Knee.
And just A Little Naughty caters to the improvement of a person's sense of romance and pleasures by enriching their lives with nearly 25,000 exotic products and accessories. You can go to asexierme.com to check it out. A Sexier Me.
Me.
A Sexier Me.
Me.
A Sexier Me.
Knee, baby. Knee.
.com. Well, what else are we going to do here, J-Dub? You want to do the next story here?
Sorry.
Tell us a story, J-Dub.
What?
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story. Oh, man. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. Pilot reports passenger fell into ocean. Miami rescue crews search an area southeast of Miami on Thursday after a pilot reported to the Federal Aviation Administration that a passenger fell out of his small airplane into the ocean. The FAA spokeswoman Kathleen Bergen said the call came in at 1:30 p.m. Thursday from a pilot of the Piper PA-46 aircraft. The plane was flying about 2,000 feet when the call came in, and she said, the Coast Guard Miami-Dade Rescue air and water units were searching the area for about 8 miles southeast of Taimame, Executive Airport south of Miami, where the plane had safely landed. It wasn't immediately clear where the flight originated or how many people was on board. He fell out of the airplane.
That just don't happen every day. That just don't happen every day.
Well, don't you have to wear a seatbelt or something? Or,
they don't go around with the door hanging open, do they?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know how that happens. It was a small airplane. It wasn't like a commercial airplane, right?
Well, no, I don't think it was a 747, but the picture is a smaller plane.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe it's...
Speaking of vaginas, this next story in Summit County, Ohio, a recently filed lawsuit alleges that a gynecologist, I always want to be a gynecologist, at Paragon Health in Summit County accidentally sprayed a solution containing similar ingredients to drain cleaning liquid into this woman's vaginal opening. Sit back and think about that for a second. Let that soak.
Put some liquid Drano down there.
Let's let that soak in, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, a woman who has publicly identified herself only as Laura is claiming that Dr. John Black sprayed the liquid inside of her during a colonoscopy. She ain't got that right there. Or an examination on the cervix and vulva. Well, the station also learned that at times some gynecologists will use diluted vinegar during the course of such an examination. However, when Black sprayed the bottle, Laura began to experience immense pain.
Naturally.
this reminds me of a little story I'm going to tell, and it has nothing to do with this at all. But the other day I went to St. Louis, and I went to get gas, and I go in there, and I go to prepay, and I walk into the restroom, use the bathroom, not really paying no attention, and there's blood everywhere, all over the sink, the floor, and everything else. And I come back outside and says, hey man, you know there's blood everywhere in there? It looks like OJ's been here. And that guy, the clerk informed me that this gentleman, much to my chagrin, that was standing over here by the wall, his name obviously was Coochie, and that some guy had met him in the bathroom and stabbed him. And I said, well, oh my God. I was like, is he alright? He said, well, we're waiting on the ambulance and the cops. I said, the cops ain't here? He said, no, it just happened. I said, well, where the hell's the guy that done it? Well, he's standing outside, and I said, well, I gotta go. I did not want to see the reenactment of Coochie getting stabbed.
You little piglet son of a bitch.
What the hell what was that?
Yes,
I guess I don't know. Oh, shit.
I haven't seen the newspaper in a couple of days.
I guess we forgot to deliver your newspaper there, buddy.
Well, where the newspaper boy was?
Where is he?
Fat ass.
Oh, man. We're going to go to hell. Well, J-Dub.
Yes.
We got about time for about one more story, I think.
Okay. Greenwich Village, the Strand bookstore used the sprinkler system to drive away homeless people from underneath its famous awning, and yanked a sign warning people the attic after was about to. The sign reads, "Warning sprinkler system will run periodically from 10:30 p.m. to 9 a.m. We're placing on the wall of the bookshop by the corner of East 12th and Broadway. Some homeless people said they were doused when they were trying to sleep on the sidewalk in front of the store. Store employees and the homeless said it was able to keep from sleep. It was to keep people from sleeping there," said the bookstore owner, whose name was not to be used. There you go. You got sprinklers keeping the homeless people from sleeping on their side.
I guess.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
it sounds kind of mean to me.
We just got something, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, you know.
It is, but it just works.
Well, this
Maybe you should tell them.
A full freezer full of popsicles.
Yeah.
Bring them on over.
Well, this last story that I'm going to do is, this kind of reminds me of somebody I know. This happened out of Fort Pierce, Florida. Police in Florida said a man arrested for misuse of 911 because he allegedly called the emergency number to complain because his neighbors would not drink with him. Well, police said they were called to a home in the city at 8:35 p.m. on a report of domestic disturbance. They arrived to find a man who had made the call, James Collins, appearing intoxicated. And the complainant, James Collins, stated that his neighbors were being mean and would not drink with him. What a meanie poo-poo head. They wouldn't drink with him. I mean, I've had that problem before.
Of course.
But what the hell is that? Well, J-Dub, it's about time. We're about out of time, so we'll catch you again next Saturday, 10 p.m. Central Time. Rob G and jdub.webs.com. We'll check you later, everybody.
10-4.
10-4, over and out.